I hope this motherfucker's on. So let this shit be popping. So here we go. I put it out there. We already know this shit to be true. We know it. See, a lot of the masses don't know this shit. But go ahead, try to begin. Now, as we get into this discussion about whether if of course Jesus was not a Jew, um the Templars or the Jews or whatever you want to call them, the banksters or whatever, put that in there by putting John when they first did King James. So that was around 1555 is when King James was completed. Now, Judaism, its religion within itself, started in medieval times by um, Rashi. His name is Rashi. Rashi. What the fuck? Alright, here we go. Rashi. Alright. Now, go ahead and look that up on Wikipedia and whatnot. So right now we just really just getting like the basics. But like I said, I haven't been doing these kind of research videos, but I'll start getting into more of a deep factual research as we begin this. Jesus was a rabbi, of course. He was a Jew. See, welcome, welcome. So, like I said, it's begun. So not true. Remember, these are two different religions. Christianity came first. Judaism came later. Um, um, like a lot of this stuff was backdated. Now, Gutenberg. This goes back to the printing press, okay, in Gutenberg. And if you want to begin this study, like I said, I'm new to. I don't have everything set, so I got my phone, I got my computer, I got my TV. So okay. So however this begins, where you see Jesus fit in is in John. Okay, the we'll go to the original. Give me a minute. We're gonna go to the original person who brought in Christianity. Okay, hold on. Give me a minute, y'all. Like I said, I'm not really ready, and I don't have everything ready. I probably should have had this ready, but this is gonna be a new thing. I'm gonna try to be doing so maybe I get better. And like I Okay, so like I said, when you look at Judaism, Judaism started around 1105 by a guy named Rashi. Okay, now, now hold on. Now, Moses ben Madelides wrote the actual five Pentateuch, whatever that shit is called, right? Like the first five books and whatnot, and then all those volumes. Name Maimonides. Go on Wikipedia and check it out. Now, this is when they start forming a thing called Hebrew, making this language up, okay, because it never existed. So what they did was, so they started taking different words from different languages and creating something called Hebrew. And then, see, that's why they had the calendars. They start bringing in calendars. And, okay, I mean, like I said, this is new and I'm meditating on it. You know what I'm saying? But this is get you started on your journey and figuring this shit the fuck out. Because remember, Christianity is just the three books, not John. The Dead Sea Scrolls. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we'll get into the Dead Sea Scrolls. Okay, so the Dead Sea Scrolls. Okay, like I said, I have not studied all this stuff, but that I have sources that have already studied this stuff. We've already kind of went over all this information, and it's proven that, I mean, think about it. You got to have an institution for a printing press to have mass development and for your research. How do you know Christianity exists? What's Christianity? You got to have a definition. What's the definition? Then you got to have verification. Who's these scribes? You got to have, see, a printing press. See, when you get to technology and printing presses and whatnot, I don't like holding these things, but anyway, let me put you over here. So, put you over there. So, okay, so, what the fuck was I talking about? Back to the printing press. Okay, so people weren't walking around with books. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have paper. Paper came through with the papyrus. Okay? So through that technology of paper, people were able to write things down and you're able to read. See, when you're able to write things down, it's like a Ferrari. You could be like, brrr, brrr, read. You can't be chiseling shit, do a math problem. Your brain don't really work like that. So through the invention of paper, the technique and the technology of paper, then came this thing called the printing press that Gutenberg came. Now, a banker, a Jewish banker, or Templar, or whatever, purchased the fucking printing press. Then printed his book of the Bible or whatnot. Okay, so I'll break these dates down so you'll get a full understanding. Now remember, we finna pop the shit out of all these fucking belief systems. Okay? Get ready. So, okay, so check out Maimonides. Maldives. Okay. Now, I'll research that later. What about the Dead Sea Scrolls? We're going to get to the Dead Sea Scrolls. Like I said, I'm a jack of all but a master of none. Okay? So like I said, I know I can get back to the Dead Sea Scrolls, but on this, I'm not going to go too far off the Dead Sea Scrolls because I'm not really prepared for that. And just to keep this thing going, we'll get back to, back to the Dead Sea Scrolls, if you really want to talk about it real quick, if I could just make a point. Now, with the Dead Sea Scrolls, right? So, if they found it in a cave somewhere, it didn't have no power. It wasn't doing anything. Like, just sitting up in a fucking cave and what, everybody was following these laws somehow through oral tradition. No, that shit, like, if you look back at Indiana Jones, right? And the Ark, nigga, and all this shit, nigga, they got a copy and a forgery for every fucking thing. But nobody has the originals. How do you have the originals of something? Somebody has to be there, write it down. So, like I said, when we get into the Dead Sea Scrolls, that shit is like Indiana Jones or Lara Croft, and like even when you see, this is the perfect part. When you get into the dude that created Hebrew, you start realizing, why are you taking this religion? You're taking all these different civilizations, languages, and putting your interpretation on it, and somehow connecting yourself to it. This is what I'm saying. So this is really huge, and this has to begin to be meditated on. But let's move on before we go too far onto the Dead Sea Scrolls, and we can just get a basis of basically how Christianity came first. Okay? So, Christianity came first through the 3 Gospels, and then later on they were added on to there, and through the printing press, and then when the King James Version, I'm going to give you the players and the dates, that way you can check them out yourself. Of course, I'm doing some, so I got some construction going on in the back. So we're going to go through this. Now, I have something playing in the back. I'm not going to give up my resource on this quite yet.
I want the listening audience who is looking at this video, this camp, to think.
So, we're live.
Have been trained to think this.
So, we've been trained to think a certain way.
Religion. Judaism is not a BC religion.
Judaism is not a BC religion. Here we go.
Not be predated before Rashi. Rashi, we talk about the late.
So, Judaism cannot be predated before Rashid. Rashid lived in medieval time. Okay? He was the Templars or bankers or whatever you called it. Check it out your damn self. We'll get there. We'll get there. Like I said, I'm a jack to this stuff because I go through this stuff. Doing something a little different so I don't get too philosophical and stuff. Now, we'll say the philosophical here. But right now, we're going to bust these fucking belief systems and we'll get back to Christianity. But it's some bullshit. Now, we're going to have to deal with that.
Those are your upright ones. That's what he wrote about it, according to. See? Okay. Now, all the...
Hold on, y'all. Give me a minute.
Various barons.
Like I said, I'm not...
The formula for Judaism as a religion. Okay? And that formula was taught to a people known today in history as the Templars. You have to go back into the Crusades to learn about the Templars, etc. And they began to disseminate in a religious form the formulation or the form that Rashid created for a religion called Judaism. Judaism is not a BC religion, even though they teach the masses of people that Judaism was first, Christianity second. They said that this Jesus the Christ was a Jew first, and that after his death, supposedly in 30 AD, what is known as Christianity. But they are saying that Jesus was a Jew, and they teach you that from Judaism and Christianity came Islam, or the Muslims, etc., etc. You see? But that's historically incorrect. The first of the three major Western religions is called Christianity in the New Testament. And the New Testament was written by a homosexual by the name of Desiderius Erastus.
Okay, so now the first doctrine, the first institution to man was not Judaism, was not Islam. It was Christianity was the first institution. Okay? Do we need to break down what institution is? Like I said, I'm not the fucking scholar. I'm the jack. Okay? So, I'm just going through the motions and making my ripple. Okay? So, I can't spell this motherfucker's name. Here we go. But this is it. I'm going to show you. Bam. There it is. What y'all looking at? Okay. Back over here. Okay, back over here. I hope I'm not losing you. I can't do the Dead Sea Scrolls. I'm going to have to do the Dead Sea Scrolls at another, to be honest with you, to do the Dead Sea Scrolls, I'm going to have to do another different video for that. Okay? On this video is strictly about how the Bible came into print. Period. Yeah, so, and then we're going, on my next one, I'll devote some time to do it on the Dead Sea Scrolls, and we'll talk about how, I thought we kind of discussed the Dead Sea Scrolls, that how can you read something? You can't read, the Meta Neter has never been deciphered. You can't go, nobody's going to go to the hieroglyphs and be able to read that shit. See, for instance, if we make all kind of sayings, or if I come up with a new term or a lingo, somebody's going to say, what does that mean? Okay? So you don't know what it means unless you from that milieu or something. You know what I'm saying? So we have a certain saying Like, I'm bad, you know it. You know what I mean? So you would have to know about the whole Michael Jackson era, whole little thing to comprehend what the fuck they were talking about anything. So, and then like I said, you would have to be able to read it. Where are you getting your research? It's like, so when we talk about languages, that's gonna have to be for like another in-depth, another fucking video, because like I said, that's getting into oh shit, my fucking battery's finna die. Oh, okay, cool. Alright, cool. Let me see if I could charge my phone up while I'm talking though. Cause alright, cool, and I apologize. Like I said, I'm a jack of all trades. I mean, that's why I don't have nobody on my show, man. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. No, I was playing. Hold on. Gotta charge my shit up. Alright, here we go. So, here we go. So, alright, so back to, now, where the fuck I do my fucking shit? Alright, you back on. Alright, hello. Okay, back on.
Okay, he was commissioned.
Let's see if I can see how to spell it.
Of the Muslim, etc.
So, institution.
Well, that's historically incorrect. The first.
I mean, so like I said, we got to get to this thing. Remember, the title of this was Jesus was not a Jew. That's the title of this fucking topic. And like I said, through that institution was the first institution of the three major religions.
Christianity in the New Testament. And the New Testament was written by a homosexual by the name of Desiderius Erasmus.
Desiderius Erasmus. Okay, he wrote the New Testament. So like I said, I'm just really going over this. I haven't you know, like I said, I don't spend a lot of time studying and researching certain things, but I know it's fucking, we'll get to the bottom of that. It's just so, like I said, if you guys want to, like I said, there'll be some people who study certain things for a long time. But, okay, like Alan Watt. I don't want to see that. I don't want to get all physical. So let's go back to this. Metaphysics.
Okay. He was commissioned by Pope Alexander VI in 1500 to write something on the object of Christianity. The object of Christianity is...
So, the Pope, I don't know where the hell he's reading. But in there, the Pope, where the fuck is it? Where the fuck is he reading? In there, the Pope commissioned him to write something about Christianity. A humanist. So he's a classical scholar who wrote in pure Latin. So, like I said, I can't spell everything. That's for y'all.
So what he did, after 16 years of formulating his writings, he came out with what is known as the Synoptic Gospel, or the three Gospels.
Yo, back up, we back on? So are we back on this with the Synoptic Gospel? Where the fuck does that? See, like I said, man, I can't spell shit. Don't expect me to spell that shit. I need to have this motherfucker on, what's it called? Captioning? Okay, no shame in my game. Get this motherfucker on. Okay, here we go. We back on? Okay, I lost everybody. Fuck it. No biggie.
Or the three manuscripts, which is consisting of Mark, Matthew, and Luke. They always tell you that John came later. That's true.
State first the first New Testament. Fucking another play on word, man. New Old Testament. The first New Testament printed in Greek was part of a you don't have to spell that yourself, you guys. I grew up. I ain't trying to philosophize with y'all. Okay, so here we go. This portion was printed in 1514. Was the publications was delayed into 1522 by waiting for the Old Testament portion. So this is saying that the first three of the Bible were printed. Remember, excluding this is just the gospel. This portion was printed in 1514, but the publication was delayed until 1522 by waiting for the Old Testament portion. So the canon on the New Testament was finished before the Old Testament. The sanctioned Pope by Pope Leo the 10th. Yeah, X means 10, right? Or X marks the spot. Pope Leo the 10th. Okay, Emmaus have been working for years on two projects at collating of Greek text and a fresh Latin new text. See, we're gonna have to see in this video. We'll get down later. I can't do everything in this one video on going back because this shit is huge, man. But so anyway, it's like keep going back, and I like a lot of this shit is going. They just went back, changed the dates, changed the names. So I mean, this is really gonna be the first round in of my little new projects I'm gonna be doing. These are pretty much the names and the players and the dates of a lot of what I'm going to be bringing to the table, as bringing in that Jesus was not a Jew. Sloppy, but whatever. We're working on some time here. It's better that you back. It's better that I get this information out and let you go research this shit. Okay? So, because that's what you guys do, right? That's what you want to do anyway. So I go about and go research some other shit. So while you go research the shit that's already shit's been researched, rehashed, you know what I'm saying? So that's why this channel is called Black Bubbles, with reality that I was just into bursting niggas' bubbles or these belief systems. Putting it out there, create these ripples. Peace. Start off on a project maybe a little later. Phone's on anyway.